Hey, okay, happy Monday, you all. We're gonna train a little bit on retention tonight because this is a big part of our business. Um, and it's just really, really important. There's someone did this someone who's really good at numbers. I don't even remember. It was one of the diamonds who did like a comparison of like how much you would earn from someone by retaining them over like this certain amount of time versus just always trying to just bring in new people, and it was so much money over time. Um, and it was just a good reminder, like, yeah, it's important to be recruiting. It's important to be focused, like all the 4 pillars, like recruiting, retention, leadership. Can't even think of the other one right now. But retention is often overlooked and it's just really, really important. And so we're just gonna give you a few tips tonight, things that have helped me. Shanna's crushing it over there with her retention. I've noticed when I hop into my, um, you know how you can see your report for or contest credits and you can see like where you're getting those credits from. And I like month after month, I would see like Shanna, for retention. I'm like, okay, you got to share your tips with us. And so I'm just super impressed with that. And the thing, like I have more people on my team now who do not order than who do order. And I'm a jewel. And so at the bigger your team grows, the more people you're going to have who don't order. Like that's just part of it. You're never going to have all your people ordering as a jewel. Like that's just like impossible, really. That's never happened. Um like if you're newer, like silver, senior silver, gold, like that's totally possible. But the bigger your team grows, it doesn't. So you can't get stuck on like, "Oh, I feel like my retention's so bad. Or all these people quit, focusing on like who is ordering and seeing maybe how you can tweak things to get better and get better at the skill of helping people love their products, stick with it. And so that's what we're gonna share on tonight. Um, let me pull my notes up really quick. Okay, so we're gonna kind of cover 3 different things here. The first one, we're gonna talk about a system. And then I'm gonna have Shanna share her tips in just a sec. But having a system is really important. A system, it doesn't have to be this scary word like, oh, I don't even know. Like a lot of people have a system and they might not even know they have a system. It's simply just a way that you do things, like how you consistently do something that's producing results. And so having a customer care system is very, very important. I'm going to share a few things that I do for mine. At the top of the team page, there is a post pinned that is basically what I do. Um, and it has just some ideas for you. And because not everyone's brain works the same way, not everyone is the same personality. And so not everything that I do is not necessarily going to be exactly what you want to do. Maybe you want to take exactly what I do and do it, or maybe you want to tweak it a little bit. The point is just to have your own system, because you want to have something that you can consistently do. And then when you save it in the notes of your phone or somehow where you just have like, you have it saved so that it's easy to pull up and you do it with every single person. And that consistency is what's going to yield just really good results over time. And so, let me go over. I love this quote. You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. And you don't want a complicated system. Like you want a simple system because you want it to be easily duplicatable to your team. And so if you feel like you don't have a complicated system and like maybe you're doing it wrong, no, like you want it to be simple. Um, and that is like that's a leadership tip is like you want whatever you're doing, you want it to be so simple and doable that anyone on your team can do it as well. But Shanna, if you're able to just share really quickly with us, I feel like I keep saying your name wrong. It's Shayna, right? Not Shanna.
Yeah, it's Shane.
I'm
That's a long
sorry.
name.
Shayna.
It's okay.
Um,
I've been called all of them. It's fine.
I
I'm
totally
used to
I
it.
keep like say it right, and then I always revert back to Shanna. Okay, it's Shayna. She's gonna
You're
share,
fine.
yeah, share what you were telling me, like your tips on how you're helping these people just reorder each month.
Well, when they first sign up and order with me, I have an Excel spreadsheet. So I automatically put their name on there, their phone number, their email, and then it'll go like January through December for the year. And so each month as they come in on our emails saying someone may, did their order, then I'll go back to my Excel spreadsheet and I'll mark that date down. So I know, okay, they ordered for November or they ordered for December. And it's a quick reference when I do that I can look back and see who has and hasn't ordered. And if they haven't ordered, then I'll touch base with them. If I haven't heard from them in a while, I'll be like, hey, buddy, please. Sorry, I got a child in the back.
You're fine.
So I'll ask them, is there anything you need? Do you have enough supplies? Is there something you're struggling with? Or is there anything I can help you with? One of my recent new VIPs had ordered the black cherry, but really wanted to try the sweet tea and the blood orange. So she came over to my house and I had enough supply and we kind of just mix and matched for her to make one whole bag. So I like doing stuff like that. I do a open door concept with all my VIPs. They can text me and call me. If I don't answer, they know I'll get right back to them. That way, if they have any question, they feel heard. That's probably my number one, because we all know our app's not very easy to use at first, especially when they're wanting to change something. So I've had one that'll come over when she's wanting to change something, we'll do it together so that she can learn how to do it. A lot of it's just following up. So at least, I work 7 to 5 every day, and then we've got 6 kids in wrestling. So I try to at night sit down and look through and see who's ordered and who hasn't, and like touch base, like, hey, are you still interested? Is there anything I can do for you? And usually sometimes I'll get a reply back, sometimes I won't. That's fine. And maybe a month later they'll be like, hey, I forgot to talk to you. So I'll just follow up off of them finally reaching out again. But a lot of my workflow is more, and I need to break it up. I'm horrible at that. I'm like a all or none type of person. So like I might take Saturday and Sunday, my days off, and those are the days I reach out to everybody. And I do that once a week. So it's either at night when I get off or mainly on the weekends, probably because of all the kids stuff. And that seems to work. Like I have a couple who have extra stock now, so they haven't ordered in a while. And so I just work with them. I post any of our sales to them. I share it with all of them so they know any new sales that are coming up or anything that they might want to try. Metaburn seems to be the one that everyone's wanting to kind of hop to and see if they like it or not. But mainly that's about it. It's a lot of follow-up and just having that open door concept that if they need anything, they can just reach out to me at any time.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. It's so good. And like super simple. And also like there's nothing wrong with doing your whole batch thing. Like that is amazing. Like you do what works for you. It's like if as long as it gets done, like that's the point. And so that's the beauty of this. Like you literally can do it all on Saturday and Sunday if you had to with your messages. So good. Which a lot of that goes right into our next thing of let me click it. Of value and experience. It's like exactly what she was saying. Like, this is why she has such great retention. But having a love-led approach, how, like the question asking yourself, like, how can I add value to my customers? This is so interesting to me. 77% of consumers who were surveyed in 2024 said that they see wellness purchases as an investment. 30% of those people said that they're going to spend more money in 2025 by trying more products and programs. People aren't looking for the lowest price. They are looking at the value it adds to them. Like, I was in a training and it was just for all like multi-level marketers. And there were people commenting like the results of like, they're implementing what they're learning and they were seeing results from it. And they were saying like how people like, oh, she bought a $299 pack from me or 300 and whatever. I'm like, oh my soul, like that's a lot of money. And like our main pack is triplex and it's $124. Like it's one of the lowest packs in comparison to like most wellness companies out there. And it's not about the price, you guys. It's about the value. Either they don't see value this isn't retention, this is like follow-up, but if someone's not ordering yet, it's typically they're not seeing the value it's going to give them yet. And so that's something to implement into your follow-up. But so interesting that they said that the experience of buying is just as important to them as the product itself. Experience is one of the biggest drivers of value. And so asking yourself, what experience are you creating for people? And so all my so I signed 3 people up last month and they all have reordered this month. And something, well, and I've done a lot of my customer care system I've done for a long time. And then there's something I just implemented in last month that I really loved. And I'm going to share that. But if you look at the post in the team page that I talked about being pinned at the top, that's a lot of what I do for my customer care. But the thing is, like, you can totally customize it per person too. Like, I don't always do the exact same thing for every single person as far as like verbiage. I have like the flow that I will use for every single person, but sometimes it can depend on like our relationship, on like how chatty they are. Cause maybe I learn a ton about them the first week and like we just talk about a lot of the things. And so I'll switch up how I follow up. Maybe there's someone who just like hardly responds at all. And so it can depend. And so you kind of just like tweak it per person. Like that's okay. I just wanted to throw that out there. But what I always send a handwritten note every single time someone joins, or like a level 1. Like I personally sign someone up. I send them a handwritten thank you note for getting started with me. And then I like to follow up at least 4 times in their first month. In that post that's pinned to the top of the team page, there's 2 different options. Like there's one that's like, I think it's like 10 follow-ups. And then there's one that's like 4. And so you can kind of choose which one you prefer. I also send out the videos to each person. We have like a 90-day customer care video thing with really good tips for their first 90 days. It's a video every 10 days, basically. But I personally, if I get 4 follow-ups with them in their first month, I feel like I'm winning. And that's about what I did last month with my 3 new people. And what I did differently that I thought was really fun was right before their subscription went out, like probably the week before or so, I sent them a gift in the mail. I sent them a frother. Instead of sending them a frother, because I've done different ways. Like I've sent them a frother when they first sign up, like as a thank you for joining. But now I'm just doing the thank you note, and then I'm sending them the frother or some little gift in the mail before their subscription processes. And they're like $5 to $8. I did the $8 one because it was pink. I thought it was fun because Plexus pink, so $8. And they all reordered, and it's just like a fun touch, even if they never use the frother. I don't know. Some people don't like gadgets, so maybe they loved it or not. But they are very appreciative of it. And I think everyone loves that if someone thinks of them to give them something and invest in them like that, whether you use it or not, but I bet they'll use it because it's cute. So instead of giving them like a free shipping code to reorder because they stopped ordering, I'm kind of getting ahead of it and like giving them, I spent $8 and free shipping on Amazon, but I spent $8 and they're continuing to order. And so now, and what I did with that message when I told them, hey, be on the lookout for a gift from me as a thank you for being consistent. I reiterated the 90 days of like, you're doing so great. Like, especially when you get to that 90-day mark, very exactly how I said it. I'll just pull it up really quick because I forgot to put that in here. Let's see. I said, it was just kind of like another touch of like that 90 days is so important. So I said, oh, be on the lookout for a gift from me in the mail as a thank you for being so consistent. The 90-day mark is really when things start to get so fun and you see more health wins. And so it's just kind of like a reminder, like, keep going, be consistent, like get your products, like let your subscription go out. I didn't even say all those things, but it's like encouraging them to do those things. And they all have reordered and they're all loving their products so far. And so just really excited about that. So that's kind of the second thing. The third thing is duplication, which is funny because that is a pillar, but it works so like hand in hand with retention, because when you're helping someone add someone, they don't even have to be doing the business. It's not even about that. In fact, every single person that I had working the business when I went Jewel were all people who had started for the products. When I went Emerald, Sapphire, and Diamond, it was all the same. Like every person I had working had all started for the products, wanted to get their products paid for, and then decided to keep going and earn money. And so that's my experience of like customer care and duplication and finding business builders that way, or creating business builders that way, but asking every single person to share in some way, shape, or form. Like, and it depends on your relationship with them. It doesn't have to be like the copy paste, like verbiage that we give you the ideas of what to say. We have that whole files of the +1 system. If you don't have that yet, I just put it in the team chat again, but I can repost it. It's Brooke Hemingway wrote it out. It's so good. But it's also in the Plexus Go app. So if you go to the Plexus Go app, you click share, you'll see like so many great options, or like verbiage, help tips for the whole +1 thing. And they help you know like what you can say. And it's basically just help like asking someone if they want to, like who are they thinking of that would do this with them, their mom, their sister, whatever, like asking everyone somehow if they want to share. Sometimes they say no, sometimes they say yes, sometimes they ignore you, but you just ask everyone, no matter what. Because that consistency of doing the same thing, like you're going to find people who will want to. And I just signed someone up this month, who she actually ordered from me a long time ago, and she wanted to get restarted, but she's not someone I thought I would think that would want to share. And she got her pack in the mail and started looking through the catalog. I'm so happy that they send those. Because then she got interested in other products that she's going to try. And then she also mentioned about the sharing. And I was like, oh, hey, well, would you want to, like, she initiated it. I think like, I don't remember if I had asked her once before. But she expressed interest in it because of the catalog and getting her box. And so now we're going to do a party for her on Saturday, and hopefully she's coming tonight to the opportunity call. And so you never know, like it has been, most of the people who have decided to do this business with me were people I did not think would. Like, you know, you have the idea of like, oh, there's a dream teamer. Like most of the time my dream teamers did not become dream teamers. It was people who you wouldn't think would. And so anyway, duplicate the statistics for helping someone, even add like one, I think or go silver. Yeah, it's to add 3. There's another percentage for someone just to add 1, and I don't remember what that one is, but it's over 80% more likely that they are going to stick with the products for 6 months or more when they go silver, which is a huge percentage. And 6 months or more, they're going to for sure love their products at that point. And also another statistic with upgrading to a brand ambassador. So if you have 20% of your people upgrading to brand ambassador because they added at least one person, you're going to go into momentum, your team and your business. And that's a company-wide statistic of that 20%. And so just thinking like, okay, if your team added 5 this month, then you would want to help at least one of them upgrade. And if like, yeah, and our team is almost at we're almost at the 20%. We need like one more person to upgrade, and we'll be at 20% this month. So who's going to upgrade the next person? Might be me. I don't know. I have a new girl hopefully starting, but anyway, that wasn't too, I feel like that was just super simple, which I hope is encouraging, because like that you just have to have a system that you implement consistently and stick with it. And that is how you will grow a stronger, more successful business over time. Does anyone have any questions about any of that? I'll check the chat. Feel free to unmute and ask if you have any questions or need to troubleshoot like a retention customer care thing and you just want to ask. honestly, I wish I would have when I like, especially for those of y'all who are newer, like this is the time to be making sure you have your system, like your customer care system. Because I wish I would have even known it wasn't, I don't know. I just don't remember that being like talked about really. And I didn't for sure have one. I mean, I did customer care, but I just was kind of like all over the place. Um, and I feel like I have a very solid system now that is working really, really well that I wish I would have had when I was like brand new, because I know I would have gone quicker and had a more stable business over time as a result. And so don't be like me. And if you're newer, like start now. Um, how do you teach? Wait, I saw that and then disappeared. Hang on. How do you, oh, your system like one-on-one or team calls? A lot of it, like, they start learning as like, you sign someone up, how you sign them up already started teaching them how recruiting went. And so this is something good to keep in mind because you never know who's gonna end up wanting to do the business with you. But how you sign someone up is already showing them kind of how they would sign someone up. So that's like the recruiting part. And then how you are doing customer care with them is also teaching them, even though they don't really know it, like it's just their experience with you, but like that's showing them how you do customer care. And so keeping that in mind of like your actions speak louder than words is really, really important. Um, but then as far as like teaching them, like, you wanna just have your system in one place somewhere for your team. And so, it can be in the notes of your phone, it can be in a boards, like, I have a boards, and I know boards charges, and then I wasn't sure if I was gonna keep boards or not because I didn't want to have to people to pay for it if whatever, but I do love it. I love having everything in like one place. So I have a team boards that's all on customer care retention. That's easy to find. It's easy to like copy paste and use the verbiage. And so that's what I have for my team, for anyone who wants to use it. So just having whatever you use, whether you use that and take it and like that's how you do your retention, or maybe you tweak it a little bit, having it to where it's easily you can just, like, send it to them. Like, you can copy paste the link or, like, send them the video or whatever it is that maybe you may make a video for them, for your team. And, you can create YouTube videos where someone can't see it unless they have the link. So if maybe that kinda scares you, like, I don't have a video out there for, like, everyone, um, you can create a video just for your team, and then you can just send them the link of, like, "Hey, this is what our team does for retention." And that continues. You want something that's easy to like, and the one-on-one is great too. If like if they're a new business builder and you do like maybe weekly calls together and you work together and you do coaching calls and you go through this stuff. But you do want something that's really easy to just like copy paste send, where it's like you don't have to be the person like on the call face to face for them to get the information, because you want it to be so simple that then they can pass it on to their team and so on. And you want it to be able to go all the way down all 7 levels deep on your team is how we're paid. And so um, that is I don't know if that answered your question. Maybe that was more than you asked for. um, any other questions? Okay, you all. If that's it, or if it looked like someone was trying to unmute and ask, but if that is it, yeah, we'll wrap up. So the opportunity call is in 30 minutes, so don't forget to hop on there. Um, yeah, thanks for hopping on. And I'll have this recording up shortly. Have a great night.